Hello! Am I live? Right. I am supposed to be doing a podcast with my friend Linda Flynn, but every time we go in on her page, we're getting kicked out. So Linda has suggested that I start a live on my own page and she comes into this. So let's see if it will work. I am going to tag Linda now and I'm hoping that she's going to come in. Jesus, I haven't got a clue how to use technology, do I? Boom, boom, boom. Linda, are you there? Gronia's watching. Hi, Gronia. We're having a lot of trouble trying to get this Facebook Live sorted. So Linda said she's going to join me here. Hi, Gronia. Yeah, we've done about 4 tries on Linda's page. I'm sure it's me. I am not great on technology, I have to say. I surround myself with people who are great. They usually help me out. So, is Linda there? Linda Flynn in the house? Is Linda Flynn in the house? Come and find me, Linda. Let's see. I can't see Linda. Guest requests can join. Yep. We'll wait a second. So, Linda wanted me on to chat about all things personal development. Here, Linda says, here, but it won't let me on. Hold on, okay. So, Linda wanted me to come on to her Facebook Live, which she has really wisely made into a podcast as well. So she talks to different guests all the time. And today she wants to talk to me about my personal development journey, where I get my energy, and just my different businesses, I think. Linda is going to ask me lots of questions, I hope. Let's see. Linda, I don't know if I can even invite you or how to do that. Look, I'm not going to pretend that I'm a Facebook expert. I haven't got a clue. I know how to post. I'm good at that, but I haven't got a clue about anything else in the background. We've got 5 people watching and they're probably thinking, what the hell is Sinead doing chatting to the camera by herself? But sure, look, say hi in the chat if you can see me. Linda, I can't see any request for you to join. It's a good job we're not panicking here. It'll work out. 7 people. This is not good. Let's see. No joy yet, Linda. Okay, well, let's see if I can invite you. If there's any Facebook expert out there, tell me what the hell I'm supposed to do. Let's see. Recently invited. Invite friends. Let's see. Linda. See if that works. No, I can see how to put on masks. I don't have a clue how to invite you, Linda, because it's not coming up with an option here. Now, the only other thing that we can do is record this in Zoom and share it to the page, maybe, Linda, but then people won't have an option to ask questions. Or we can always do it another time. Just looks like I've just come on to look at myself on my phone, talking back to myself. It's great fun. What a fab day. Have you been all out in it? Oh, Linda Flynn wants to be in your video. Let's go for it, Linda. I've clicked it. Approve. Adding. I'm not, Grania. I'm on my phone. There is Linda now.
Finally.
Yay. I don't know what's going on, but we have totally reversed all this. So this is meant to be on your page and we're doing it on my one, but sure, look.
That's okay. Things could be a lot worse.
Yeah, it'd be grand. I don't know what was going on. Anyway, I do never claim to be an expert on technology, so you can totally blame me here. As I was saying a minute ago, I surround myself with people who are great on technology to make up for my shortcomings.
Yeah, it just it was there, but it wasn't letting me. I'd anyways, big long story. We're here. That's the main thing.
We're here. And so I'm going to let you start off because this is Linda's podcast.
So thanks everyone for being here, and for those who are going to listen back or catch the replay or whatever the case may be. Hi Mary, Tiernan and Sinead, you just flashed up on my phone. Great to see you. Mary, I'm sure Sinead is delighted to see you as well. So I am going to, I suppose, just say that how myself and Sinead met, and ask Sinead to give us a background on, I suppose, her personal development story, where she's come at in her past career, exciting future in relation to inspired creators and personal developments for children and teens globally. I know she's doing amazing work on her programs there. So myself and Sinead met originally, I don't know, was it 7 years ago, I think? In around 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah, 2015 or so, wasn't it, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With when we did the training course, or sorry, the coaches course with James Martin. So we have a lovely little community of people that know each other from that platform, which is brilliant. So Sinead, if you'd like to give me just, as I said, a little bit of background about where you've come. I know you have a strong customer service, customer experience background, and obviously then going from there to living your life of freedom and spending your summers in your beautiful caravan back in Connemara.
Thank you, Linda. So, and hi everyone that's watching. I can see the Dipness there. Hi Dipna, hi Mary, hi Gronia. So, yeah, so obviously my name is Sinead. I live in Mayo in Ballinrobe, and actually where I grew up, I've returned to where I grew up, and I live next door to the house that I grew up in. So how local is that? I'm married to Tom, and we've got 2 kids. Ava's 10 and Dylan is 8. My background in terms of my career, so sorry about the noise, I'm right up here against the window. So yeah, so I worked in corporate for over 20 years. My background is in the area of consumer insight and customer experience, and I predominantly worked in the telco sector. Absolutely loved working in corporate. So I spent some time over in London and working in Dublin as well. But in 2016, I decided that I wanted to take a step backwards, not backwards, forwards, I should say, but take a step out of the corporate world. So Ava was born in 2010 and Dylan was born in 2012. And I just wanted to, geez, the time was flying, and I just wanted to start spending a bit more time with them and maybe get out of this rat race that we call it. So I left the corporate world and set up my own consultancy. So I work and consult with businesses in the area of customer experience. I also trained, as you know, with yourself, and that's when we met. So yeah, so I trained as a coach with James Martin, who madly, it was just trying to call me. And I really got into this whole journey of personal development. And before our call, I was trying to think when I did. So it wasn't that it was in 2015 that I got into personal development. My background, my degree was psychology. And I was always interested in it. But really, I went kind of deep into it kind of from 2015, 2016. And I went on a whole voyage. So I studied with Tony Robbins for a year on his Mastery University program. And I've studied a lot with James in terms of coaching and training to be a trainer as well. And a lot of work with Dr. Joe Dispenza as well. So I've done a lot of Dr. Joe's courses. I love personal development. I love the whole area of growth. So I invest a lot of time and money in that area. And it's my passion. So yeah, so I work in the area of customer experience. I'm a mindset coach. I'm known as the mind shift coach. And then, very exciting, more recently in the last year, I have set up a business with my very, very good friend, Julianne Graham, and we call it the Inspired Creators. And it's a personal development platform for children globally. So we work with children from the ages of 8 up to teens, so up to 19. And we run personal development groups that they join. Now, that's a long
Brilliant.
speech there. Did you get that?
Yeah. So, can you, I know you, I suppose, practice your own mindfulness and have your daily habits every day.
Yeah.
But your daughter Ava has really taken on board a lot of your teachings, and I'm sure Dylan has too. Can you, even with the current pandemic and parents and the struggles that they have with children at home the last year, can you see how, you know, the work that you've been doing with them the last, you know, 3, 4, 5 years before this current situation, can you see the difference this has made in them and how the practices that they have on a daily basis helps them?
Yeah, that's a great question, Linda. And I suppose, look, I don't want to be taking all the credit because they're two amazing children and they've got a fantastic father and we're surrounded by amazing family and friends. So, you know, it takes a community to raise children. So, and it certainly does. And we're very, very, very blessed with our two children. It, you know, Ava's amazing. So is Dylan. I mean, we have little practices that we do every single day. So, for instance, this morning when I was walking them to school, I always ask them, right, give me 3 things that you're grateful for. Now I'm teaching them how to really get into the gratitude and feel it and be really specific. They do that and they don't cringe or go, oh, mom, not again. They just get into it and do it. I've taught them the power of their thoughts. If there's one thing, we were talking to the teens last night in our group, and we were saying, if there's one thing you take from this group coaching call tonight, is that you are in charge of your thoughts. You choose your, you know, so choose wisely, zero in on them. If you're feeling crap in any way, what's the thought that you're thinking? Go back to the thought that you're thinking. My kids are on top of that. Like, and when they come into me and they're not feeling good, I'll go to them. What thought are you thinking? You know, and they know, they go, oh God, yeah. And I go, is it true what you're thinking? And they're like, usually no. And I go, where are you stuck? Are you in the past? And they're like, yeah. Or they're worrying about something that hasn't even happened in the future. So I've taught them little things, the things that I discovered in my 30s that I wish that I had known when I was a kid. And like, not saying I've had an amazing life. Look at, you know, there's nothing that's happened to me. There's no trauma. There's nothing like that. I've had a great life. And hopefully I have an amazing life ahead of me. But there are things that I know that I could have been, I held back slightly in my life because I wasn't confident. I always felt, and people would be amazed about that because they would have thought, God, you seem really confident in all this. I wasn't. And I always had that, you know, feeling less than or comparing myself to others and all that. And those are the things I can teach my kids not to go down them rabbit holes. I'll be really happy. But yeah, like Ava definitely has a growth mindset, and yeah, she's great. She does stuff like she comes into the lake with me at the weekends, and yeah, she's up for anything. They're good. They're good fun. They're, you know, I don't know. Yeah, the practices that I do with them definitely help, but sure, who knows? Maybe they're naturally just like that.
So with the courses that you're doing then with the teens, I suppose, what would be the demographic sex-wise? Would it be mainly girls? Was it boys? Or do you find it something that parents of boys are, you know, getting into more? I know you mainly obviously go for teenage girls, but have you had people come to you requesting mindfulness, or not mindfulness, you know, obviously personal development for boys as well?
Yeah, really good. So it's funny when the business was originally conceived, we was Inspire Her, and then we were like, hang on one second, down the line we might like to do this with boys as well. So the brand itself is called Inspired Creators. One
Mhm.
of our courses is Inspire Her through lockdown, actually. And right now, all the girls, they're all girls that we're working with. So we've a group that we run on Saturdays that are age 8 to 12. And we have the teens group that is on Tuesday night, and that's all girls as well. However, we've had a lot of requests wondering if we'll do it with boys, and we are opening it up to boys. We haven't got the date set yet, but we're definitely going to run the course for boys. Um,
Brilliant.
yeah. It's really exciting. So yeah, and in terms of demographic, I mean, well, they're 8 to 12, and then the other group is 13 up, but that's in age group. They're from all over the world, our Saturday group. So we have girls from America, South Africa, France, Saudi, UK, and Ireland in that group on Saturdays. And it's
Wow.
amazing. Do you know what? It's like the tribe that's growing, the peer support in it is amazing. The way the girls support each other. It's a fabulous energy. We absolutely love going on the calls that we do on Saturdays. And then Tuesday nights, that group is mainly because we're very lucky. Mayo Sports Partnership, which is amazing here in County Mayo, they asked us to run this course for teens, and within that group, so it's a lot of girls from Ireland, but we do have a few from England as well that has joined us. So yeah,
Oh, amazing.
yeah.
So with, I suppose, the future of personal development, and if you read any of the stats, which I know I've done before, on how it's growing, the billions and billions and billions in each year. And I think, again, going back to the current pandemic, the last year and a half, people realize that, self-care and everything that is part of, personal development, whether it's within ourselves or teaching other people, that they really know that it's something that they need to do. Where would you like to see personal development going for children? Like, it should be something that's taught in our schools from a young age, and it isn't. Even if I think of like maths, oh my God, I was awful at maths at school. But if I was taught even half, as you said, what you learned, it took till you were in your 30s to physically learn for yourself, you to find your own way. If we were just given a little bit of more direction from the age of 6 or 7 years of age in primary school, wouldn't it be amazing?
Yeah, absolutely. So, and it's funny, I had one of the parents, Mary, message us last week, and they're in the UK, and she was saying how well her daughter is doing on the course, and how she's really coming out of herself. And her
Wow.
closing line was, "I wish that this was included in the school curriculum." So yeah, I mean, like I would, and you know what? I have to say, hands down, in my children's school, they do mindfulness, and Dylan's teacher is amazing. He does mindfulness. There's like affirmations on their wall and stuff. So it is being done in schools. Maybe it's just that if it was done um, on a more consistent basis, and it was like a class, it was a class that you took. And so even when
Yeah,
you the class that you go to every week, but then as Mary said, maybe it won't be as much fun if it was, you had to do it. But yeah,
that's true.
yeah. But I guess that is one thing that kind of, I think we're very IQ focused. And I mean, emotional intelligence beats IQ down, hands down, when you come to, I mean, definitely in the corporate world. I mean, if you've got great EQ, it stands to you. So, like, I definitely think that, I personally would love to see more focus on EQ as much as there's a focus on IQ in the system. But look, that's just my opinion.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
So on I suppose the corporate side of your business, in the consultancy, what would be some of the, I suppose, similar patterns or traits that you see people? Because I know, let's say from the master classes that I've been doing, and for people that I talked to and my own community, that a lot, especially women, that and it keeps coming back, there's a few different things that we struggle with, not feeling good enough, not having boundaries in place, some people not having any boundaries in place, or people pleasing. Those would be a lot of the similar traits that I would see, as I said, with women. Do you see different in your aspect, or do you typically work with, again, women or men in your corporate sector, let's say?
Okay, so so I would work with both men and women in terms of when I'm consulting in the area of customer experience. But I'm trying to understand the question you're asking. So what I'm going to answer is, what do I see as trends within the corporate world with women, right? So I think I'm just going to, this is the worst setup I've ever had for a call. If you could see me in my room, I had set it all up in the kitchen with my laptop, but that obviously didn't work. So I've got an extension plug here, and I'm holding my phone, and anyway, look, we're getting through it. So one of the things that I see in the corporate world, not just the corporate world, it's just in the world, it's this whole area of imposter syndrome with women. And you know that it's that thing, I used to have it, when am I going to be found out? When am I going to be found out? And Jesus, I was doing so well, but I kept, when am I going to be found out? And I was obviously good at what I was doing, because they didn't fire me and they kept me on, and I was obviously doing a really good job. I was getting my bonuses and all that, but I kept thinking, when am I going to be found out? So that is probably the biggest one. And that's down to, you know, I think self-esteem, confidence, and all that. So that would be a trend and it goes on and on. And from what I can see, men don't have that. I mean, they're probably just not as wrapped up in their thoughts. Like Tony Robbins says, live in your head and you're dead. And I think too much time, us women live in our heads. What if, shoulda, coulda, woulda. It's like, get out of your head. And I reckon I see my husband, he doesn't live in his head, and he's much better for it. So yeah, so it would be from the corporate world. I hope that answers your question. I would think that imposter syndrome for women would be a big one. And also, I don't know, like getting too caught up in the political world, and sometimes the toxicity that can exist. Emotional intelligence definitely outweighs IQ. Thank you, Noleg. See that comment there? I can't see the full thing of it. Yeah, so I have lost my train of thought. What was I thinking? Yeah, getting caught up in the politics and the toxicity. But we have a choice, just like we have a choice of what we think about. You know, we have a choice to step out of that and not get involved in it. So there's, you know, all that kind of stuff that goes on. In saying that, I love working in the corporate world. I love the buzz of it. I love the excitement. I love a challenge, as long as you know not to get too wrapped up and involved in all that stuff that does go on. And the bitching, there can be awful bitching. I mean, like, and women are, and I have to say it, I think sometimes women are worse than anyone about bitching about each other, you know, and that kind of stuff. I mean, like, you know, you need to be able to step back from it.
Yeah, definitely. And it's those, what you just literally said, the politics, and that, well, from my experience of any corporate, you know, company I would have been in, it is something that it's there. It was there 20 years ago, and it's still there, you know.
Yeah.
So as you said, you have a choice whether you want to be the person that's in the middle of that, or, you know, to follow your own path, do your own thing, whatever the case may be.
Or you can stay in it. Like, I mean, the corporate place is a brilliant place to work, and it pays very well, and all of those perks that you get with, but you don't have to get wrapped up in all that shit going on. You can step out of it. And you know, you don't need to leave the corporate world to leave it. You know, you can stay working, but choose not to get involved in, you know.
Yeah, sorry. So what I meant was, you know, choose not to, you know. Yeah. So if you hear a screaming dog in the background, I apologize. It's the Amazon delivery man or something delivering someone. It's not for me.
You know what, Linda? I just mentioned actually that, thinking back, to my days in corporate, I noticed a big change in my own kind of mindset and the way I mastered it, and how happy I was in corporate after I started getting involved in mindfulness and meditation and learning about that. I found that meditation really, really helped me from the point of view that it brought this sense of clarity to my mind. I was definitely a better worker. I have to say that. I was definitely a better worker in the way that I thought. I was a lot more switched on. I was a lot calmer, and I was able to kind of, what's that saying? See the trees from, what's that saying? I always forget it.
See the wood from the trees, isn't it?
Wood from the trees. There you go. So I was able to kind of, step back and see things a lot more clearly. And actually, I was really lucky when I was working at Vodafone. They brought in somebody that did a course on mindfulness with us, and that kind of started me on that journey of kind of being more curious about the whole area of meditation and mindfulness. So as a tool, that's fabulous for people everywhere, but definitely when I was working in the corporate world, it helped me just in the way that I showed up in the world.
Okay, brilliant. So if there's someone watching that, maybe struggling in any area or, whatever, what would be your 3 things to, as you said, to, change your state, as you say, to get out of your own head? What are your kind of top 3 go-to things to shift your mindset?
Okay, cool.
What 3 things
by
do you
the way,
teach your clients?
We have not prepared in advance. So these questions are being fired at me and I'm trying to think on the spot. So the first thing that I would say is energy is certainty and energy is confidence. So that is the number one place I would go to, is where is your energy at? And I mean energy from a physical, mental, emotional, and did I say spiritual perspective? I can't remember. Yeah. Anyway, so it's your whole package, your energy from that way. So that's my number one place when I'm working with clients, is I talk to them about that. So I get them on the right path in that respect. And I mean everything. I mean, it's something I would always say energy is my currency, because I invest a lot of time in making sure that my energy is in a peak state from the minute that I get up in the morning. So that would be my number one tip. That's everything from the way that you treat your body, from food, exercise, water, mindfulness, the way you master your mindset, watch your thoughts, goal setting, all of that. It's a whole package. So I have a whole routine in place for that. Second thing is, going back to your question, is just do what you love. Find out what you love in life. So for me, is my day is built around pleasure and fun. So I do stuff that I absolutely love doing. And then I've a brilliant life. I have to say, I love my life. And it might look that I have a very privileged life, but I've designed it like this and I make it happen. So I do stuff right throughout my day from when I get up. Stuff that I love, including the clients that I work with, the type of work that I do, working with the most amazing business partner, Julianne, who's been my really great friend for over 20 years. And now we've a business together. All that's set up and designed because it makes me really happy. So find out what you love in life and make more of that in your life, so that's energy. Do what you love. What else? Find out what isn't working for you and change it. So, Linda, that I gave up alcohol about coming up to 5 years probably now. And I knew it wasn't making me happy for years and years. And I didn't like the way it made me feel the next day after a night out. So I got it. Don't talk about it. Don't be talking about stuff that you aren't happy with in your life. Make a change. Do something about it. Don't sit on the fence going, one day I'll do this, because one day you'll be very old and you'll have missed out on loads of stuff in life. So take action. I suppose that's what I'm trying to say, is take action. Continuously take action and improve yourself. yeah, I think they would be my three things. I'll probably come off now and go, I wish I said this, that, and the other, but sure, we can do another call about that another time. But yeah, find out what's not working in your life and change it, make changes. Energy is a big one. Where's your energy at? If you're in a low energy state, it's hard to, well, it's hard to get going in your day, and it's hard to, make stuff happen. So find out where your energy is at from both a physical and mental, emotional perspective, and improve on that. And I forget what my second one was, but it was obviously very important at the time. Yeah, so they're kind of my top tips.
Great, brilliant. They're really good. And I suppose we'll, start to wrap things up. But in doing that, where can people find out more about your children's program? Or, do you have, I know you said you haven't got dates for the boys ones, but, where are you, let's say, what are your plans there for the next 2 months, and how can they find out more in relation to the program?
Yeah. So, www.inspiredcreators.ie. We also have .co.uk. So inspiredcreators.ie or .co.uk. I'll put it actually in the comments here as well. So that's the kids program. Where are we with the 8 to 12 group? We're in week 5, I think, of 6 at the moment. So in the next month, we'll be launching again. We've got a bit of a waiting list for the next one, but we are going to be launching our dates soon for that one. We'll probably run another teens one as well. We haven't set up, I'll be honest, we haven't set up the dates for the next ones, but they're coming. We've got, we're really ramping up in that area, myself and Julianne, because we've both kind of carved out, Julianne's finished her full-time job, and we've both carved out a lot of time just to put a lot of focus in this business, because we can see the real need for it now. So all dates will be on the website page shortly. We've got a Facebook group obviously as well. Yeah. You can obviously this page that I'm on, my own personal page. So that's that. And then I have got Sidekick Media are working on my website for the Mind Shift Coach. So that's where I work with women globally around, my big thing is master your mindset for a beautiful life. So I help women do that. So I work on a one-to-one basis with women on that. And my website will soon hopefully be launching it on that.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for taking the time out of your busy day. And,
you know what? I won't lie. I have had the most pleasurable morning. I got up. I have discovered, I have to give this lady a shout out, because if there's anyone at home that's like me and big into exercise, and with the gyms closed, it was hard. I have found this lady online called Maeve Madden. And she's from, oh my God, she's amazing. She's from Newry, but she lives in London. She has got the best personality. She's really funny. She's all over Instagram, so I'm surprised if you haven't come across her. She's got a platform where you can join, and it's like 18 quid a month. There's 21 live exercise classes on it a week, and they're so fun. And I'm big time into my tunes and my music. I mean, I just love it. Music gives me energy. She plays the best music during her exercise classes. What I'm telling you, that's how I started off my day today. I did a class with her, got the kids ready, carted them off to school, went for a lovely walk in this beautiful weather, and then went and jumped in the lake. And it's fabulous back there today. So I will not lie, I have not done a whole lot of work yet today, but I plan now in the next few hours get some in. But yeah, weather is fabulous. I mean, you can't be but in a good mood in this weather, right?
Exactly. Yes, I'm going to get out for my swim later as well myself.
Yeah, and a big shout out to Linda here, because Linda is also on your alcohol-free journey. And tell everyone where you're at with that, Linda.
Yes, yeah. So I suppose like that, I knew I needed to make a change, and I suppose part of that change started to come at the beginning of last year with the pandemic. Doing Wealthy Minds with Moira, asking myself internally when I'm out walking every day, does this serve me and what is serving me? And I knew that is one thing that I had to, not had to, that I wanted to let go. It wasn't something I wanted to do anymore. I didn't like the way it was making me feel. You know, you think you're sitting down with a glass of wine or 3 or 4, like I often would, that you're winding down, whereas you're not actually. It was just inevitably making me more anxious and actually really affecting my sleep. Well, I have to say, if one of the best gifts I could have given myself nearly the last year, because I'll be soon a year, you know, whatever, 2 months, whatever it is sleep. I sleep so well all the time now. I sleep like a log. Energy, I've got mountains of energy now in comparison to what I used to. I'm definitely not stuck in my own head as much. I am a lot more aware and present in the moment. And I always used to wonder what you meant, as I said, when you stated that is a game changer, and it completely is. I have other friends who have actually given up from listening to me, given up as well. So, you know, I know a lot of people would think there is a lot of drinkers out there, but there's a lot more of us coming, you know, coming on board as well to living an alcohol-free life. So I suppose if there's anyone watching the two of us that has been toying with the idea of doing it, I'm sure myself or Sinead are more than happy to, you know, drop some tips and whatever. And I have to say, within the first month, I read 3 or 4 books on giving up alcohol. And once you've made one, well, me personally, once I had made my mind up to do that, it was just a breeze.
Yeah.
You know, if you think something is going to be hard, then it's going to be hard.
Yeah, so true. But you know what? I think it's like with any goal. I always say to clients is, how ready are you for this? How much do you want it?
Yeah. How
and
badly
how
do you want
committed
it?
is the second question. How ready are you on a scale of 0 to 10, and how committed on a scale of 0 to 10 are you for this? And if you're an 8 to 10 on them, I mean, it's not going to be hard because you're already there. And I would like to say, because for anyone out there that enjoys a drink, that's brilliant. Like, I wouldn't be going around saying to people, oh, everybody give up drink, this is the path, this is brilliant. It's just what I chose to do because it wasn't making me happy, because I had them anxious feel, you know, that anxious worry, the fear. Jesus, when I lived in London, they used to go, you Catholics, and the fear, like, it's the Irish thing, because my English friends certainly never get it. But I just didn't like it anymore, and I didn't want it. And then because we had 2 young children, I wanted them to grow up in a life like seeing, you know, you don't need to drink to have fun. Because I go out and I have as much crack. I have as much crack as I did when I was drinking, probably more, to be honest. I was listening to a Tommy Tiernan a podcast the other day, and he said, oh, he goes, I come from a long line of buzz seekers in the Tiernan family. And I thought, oh my God, that is so true. So, like, I'm always up for the crack and, you know, the buzz. But these days, my buzz, I get it from exercise and jumping in lakes every day and stuff like that. So I definitely wouldn't be saying to everyone, give up. But if in any way that you feel like it's not serving you, and it's not, you know, if you're doing something that isn't making you happy and not raising you higher, then do question, is it for me long term, or should I try a 30-day challenge, which is what I did. And there's a 1 year no beer is a great resource for people. And I was lucky enough that I worked with the guys there, and that's a great place to start. 1 year no beer. They do 30-day challenges, and who knows where it'll lead to after that.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, I'll pop up obviously the replay will be there, and anyone who wants to just catch the audio as well, it will be available on Spotify, which is my podcast. And if you have any questions, as I said, or, you know, anything you want to private message each of us on, I'm sure we'd be happy to help with that. And we'll leave it there for now. And thanks so much.
Thanks.
You get to kick me out now this time.
Great. Thanks a million, Linda, and thanks everyone that watched.
Okay.
Out if you've any questions at all. Bye.
Okay. Bye. Bye-bye.